Make your own voices. Voice interjections. Yay or nay? Awesome voice effects. Make your own voices, no effects.
Sweet.
One player. Wow, you can play with 4 players. That's cool. How many of you are there? Me. Short game. Cool game. Wow, you can get... That's awesome. Spooky high school. The sweetest years of our lives. Back then, we were young and unafraid. Sometimes reckless, sometimes brilliant, sometimes just stupid, but always willing to live life to the fullest. We were on a wild journey to discover who we really were. Well, I am going to be this very attractive dark-skinned beauty here. Name. Customize name. It's gonna be L. Oh, wait. L. And I'm a she. Oh wait, you can change he, she, they. She. Okay.
Let's start a fire.
And we had yet to experience its ultimate challenge, the Monster Prom. I remember it clearly. 6 weeks were left, and as we fantasized about our dream prom dates, we were all scrambling to catch the attention of one of our 6 most charismatic classmates.
Huzzah!
Miranda Vanderbilt, 19, a sweet mermaid princess who was as cute as she was genocidal, okay? Damien Lave, 21, a fearless demon with a taste for destruction and a love for fire. Scott Howell, 21, a werewolf athletic who compensated for his rather small brain with a stupidly huge heart. Liam de Lioncourt, old, a hipster vampire whose standoffish demeanor hid that he was truly a lovable dork.
Yay!
Polygeist, 22, a party ghost with an insatiable hunger for all the wrong things.
What?
And Vera Oberlin, 23, a mean self-made Gorgon, with a merciless sense of business. It was clear it had to be one of them, but who? Well, we only had 6 weeks to choose our prom date, and even more daunting, we only had 6 weeks to woo them and conquer their hearts. But as I already said, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Kind of like the vampire. Teen Wolf, hot or not, take this quiz to find out. Yeah, crazy eyes had a deal when they just won't go. Welcome to your Monster Prom stupidest pop quiz ever. All minds are rotten, but they are rotten in so many different ways. Worry no more. We're now using our PhD in bullshit to diagnose which kind of deviant sicko you are. Whoa. Monster Prom stupidest pop quiz ever. We'll throw a bunch of absurd questions at you and turn your answers into your character's stats. This way, each of you will start by having stats that better reflect your true selves. Let's start. The coolest reality show ever would be L. People in positions of power must face all sorts of questions relevant to their field, and if they fail, they lose their jobs and society wins. 12 experts. on various arts of seduction live in a house where they must face a common challenge, seducing a potato into marriage somehow. 8 rich people fight in weekly challenges to see who's the best at giving money to you. The coolest reality show ever. People in positions of power must face all sorts of questions relevant to their field, and if they fail, they lose their jobs and society wins. 12 experts in various arts seduction in the house must face a common challenge, seducing a potato. The potato season, wow. I'm gonna choose the potato. Sure. So charming. Okay. Be a visionary. What will the next big social media craze be? Greek. Agoros? Agoros. Like literal Greek agoros. Reinstated in our cities. Places where philosophy and arts are discussed by the greater minds. That's social media I want to log into. Rebirth. From now on, a socially awkward guy named Robert will do everything he's commanded to do through the app by its users. Bullshit. It's your regular social network. But each time someone shares news that isn't supported by real facts, they're taxed. And the money goes to the people exposed to that bullshit. It's a regular social media. I guess I'll do this one. Okay. The world will end tomorrow. What will you do today? It's okay. We invented the apocalypse to take care of the overpopulation of commoners. They always tell you the world is ending. I'll profit on other people's hysteria. I'll finish my novel. Whoever comes after the end should know my legacy. Nobody ends the world but me. I'll end the world today. 100 push-ups? No, 200 push-ups. I always party as if there were no tomorrow, so who cares? That's not me. I'll do this one. Whoa. Week 1.
Let's do this.
Okay. Well, what am I supposed to do? Whoa. Okay. Wow, look at my school. What's this? The bathrooms. Well, let's go to class. That day you listen to your elders and learn valuable lessons. Sometimes after all the monster nonsense and the dating gimmicks, you forget that attending class is supposed to be the primary activity at this high school. You gain 2 smarts. Holla! Narrator. You see Liam's talking to Miranda. Miranda looks confused and Liam looks frustrated. Ooh.
Yuck.
But I simply do not understand this art you are describing. You say that the art piece is a bathroom? No. For the 100th time, the art piece is the experience of going into the bathroom thinking it's an art piece. The artist purposely gave the room number of the bathroom as the room number for the exhibit. Even though there was a whole room full of his paintings somewhere in the building, it was revolutionary. It certainly seems very complicated. Personally, I prefer the exoplanet sculptures of the Atlantean 5th dynasty. You know, the man and the moon and the face of Mars, all Pluto, art and such, a grand scale.
So mainstream.
Ugh, that's not art. That's populism. Populism at its worst. Well, I don't think that bathroom business sounds like art. But how are we supposed to discuss art if we can't even agree on what it is? Oh, if only someone would come along and provide a satisfying definition of art, I would be so pleased. You've got this, no problem. It's so simple. Whoa, almost pushed a button. Art is a method for making worthless things into very expensive things. Art isn't art unless it makes you feel bad feelings inside.
Cool.
Precisely. This is why, for example, Da Vinci's The Mona Lisa is not art, whereas getting a piano dropped on your head is. Liam doesn't feeling bad make you feel good?
Ugh.
My God, you're right. But if art is only art when it gives me bad feelings, and my bad feelings immediately become good feelings, then true art is art that gives me good feelings, which then becomes bad feelings. But that means I've been liking the wrong things this entire time. Curse you both. Liam disappears into the cloud of purple smoke. You -2 charm, -1 creativity.
Let's do this!
I don't know what I'm doing. Well, I want to get close to vampire guy, so I'm gonna sit here. Liam and Polly aren't alone at their table. They're flanked by 2 beefy hobgoblins in school security uniforms. What do these two have bodyguards? What? Do these two have bodyguards now? They aren't bodyguards. They're food guards. Principal Giant Spider found out we aren't eating during lunch, so he assigned guards to us because he thinks we have an eating disorder. And we do have an eating disorder. It's called being dead. Except it's not an eating disorder. It's an identity and a lifestyle. Death style. Whatever. The point is that they won't let us leave until we've eaten our food. Which will be never. And I have a meeting of the Smug Superiority Club to conduct next period. I can't be late. If you could just figure out a way around these food guards for us, I'd be super grateful, like in a sexy way. Okay, girl. Narrator. Well, you can't say no to that. Time to enact your friendly, clever plan. Friendishly clever plan. Dump all of Polly's food onto Liam's plate. Dump all of Liam's food into Polly's plate. Well, I'm trying to holla at Liam, so sorry, Polly. Dump all of Liam's food onto Polly's plate. With all the artistic spin of performance artists, Marina Aramovic, you pour Liam's food onto Polly's plate and through her lap. No, this is literally the exact opposite of what I wanted. Good lord. What a table loot. A ghost bewildered by a mountain of unwanted food. This is perhaps my worst food pick yet. You guys are really throwing me under the bus here, which isn't cool because being thrown under a bus is totally how I died. I don't know what you're talking about, Polly. I've clearly consumed all my food quite honestly and forthrightly. Luckily for you and Liam, the hobgoblins are totally morons with no secondary theory of mind. They instantly believe Liam's ruse. Liam whisked you away to the afternoon meeting of the Smug Superiority Club, where you spend hours practicing your snares and gazing into each other's eyes. That's awesome. Did I get some points?
Let's do this!
go to the library. Cool. That day you spend some time at the library's PC playing games. Good old online poker. Oof. I don't know how to play poker. Gambling seems like a stupid and dangerous decision. But who cares? This time it paid off, so fuck it. You gained +2 money. Awesome. You notice Liam and Scott having a discussion. Scott looks confused and Liam looks bored, which means they're probably having an argument.
Lame.
Look, not that I care, but aspiring to be a professional sports star is both impractical and passé. Wait, you don't care? But you walked all the way over here just to tell me that? Plus, don't you want to be like a professional magnet? Ibuprofen. Memetic influencer. Try to keep up. But how does one of those guys earn money? Memetic influencers don't earn money, Scott. We earn cultural capital. Oh, okay. How much cultural capital does a sandwich cost? I can see that I'm not getting through to you. Hey, could you explain to this cretin why my career path is objectively the best? Yeah, and also could you explain what a cretin is? Liam means he wants to be an artist, and artists are important. Who do you think designs all those sports jerseys? Actually, I think sports is the best career. I mean, how far can I... What? No, I don't want to say that.
Awesome, bro.
Whoa. Artists do that? I always thought uniforms were designed by the same person who designed my studly pecs. God. Liam, are you God? Well, Scott, God is dead. But so am I. So, essentially, yes. So cool. You wonder how long it will take for Scott to figure out Liam isn't actually God. In the meantime, you gain 2 creativity and 1 smarts. Oh, I got those back.
Let's do this!
It's the morning. I should go to class. Right? That day you learn a ton of spells that are all cool as they are seemingly useless. A spell to renew stickiness. A spell to turn chocolate and vanilla ice cream into vanilla and chocolate ice cream. You need a spell for that? A spell to gain +2 smarts. Well, how do I do that? Smarts is at holla. You actually used that last spell and you gain 2 smarts. That's awesome. But Liam isn't paying attention to any of that. He corners you afterwards to lecture you on momentgram filters. What? No one seems to understand about filters? Is that they're not about making pictures better? They're about making pictures browner and harder to see. Okay. That's why I use my own proprietary filter for almost all my photos. Infinite top. It's also probably why I have only 6 momentgram followers, but we must all make sacrifices for our art. In any case, I have to go. There's a dead rat in the parking lot. I simply must document. As soon as Liam's gone, Miranda peeks out of an air conditioning duct. Goodness, the situation is even more dire than I thought. If Operation Make Liam Popular Again is to succeed, we must get started immediately. What's that? Why, yes, of course, you're part of my operation. I unwillingly force people into my science all the time. Oh, you want to know why it's called Operation Make Liam Popular Again? Well, He's been alive for like centuries, right? I'm sure he must have been popular at some point. I'll check the history books later. There's no time now. Phase 1 is getting Liam more momentgram followers. I think that's moment followers. I took the liberty of having my royal spies discover the password to his account so we can give it a total makeover. But what to do? Use his account to post a bunch of porn and bomb recipes. No! Pay 1 million homeless people to follow Liam. I don't like any of these options. Use his account to post a bunch of porn. Pay 1 million homeless people to follow. I don't know 1 million homeless people, do I? I don't want to post a bunch of... Ah yes, just his father pays millions to vote for him in our fair and democratic elections. In fact, I think I can cut costs by paying one of father's clonesmiths to simply replicate a small 1,000 people 1,000 times. You ask Miranda if she thinks this is ethical, but she's as confused about the meaning of ethics as she is about fair and democratic elections. Soon the plot and the requisite clones are hatched. You run into Liam in the hall a few hours later. I'm distraught. My carefully husbanded unpopularity is crumbling before my eyes. Look at all these followers. Look at these comments. Total real account 66. I love you, Liam. Another equally real account. You're so obscure and avant-garde. The sentiments they are expressing are objectively correct, and yet, no, I cannot give in to the lure of the limelight. In spite of this, Liam seems to be enjoying himself quite a bit. You spend the rest of the day helping him create his feed, gaining 2 charm and 1 fun in the process. Oh lord, my fun's only at 4. Okay.
Let's do this!
You find Liam carefully arranging his food while Miranda diligently sorts her silverware. Neither of them is eaten, obviously. Have you found it yet? I'm trying, Liam, but finding the perfect silverware for your cafeteria food pick is an art, not a science. How hard can it be? It's just silverware. Just silverware, and I suppose the food in your food pick is just food. No, it's a metaphor for urban consumption in a postmodern industrialized mega society. Well, my silverware is a metaphor for silverware? Yes. Is that not enough? It's more than enough, but can we hurry it along? The lighting is perfect right now, and I don't want to lose it. You're a bit of a silverware aficionado yourself. Maybe you can speed up the selection process while simultaneously demonstrating your knowledge. Try the picture fork. It's a fork for taking pictures of. Nothing conveys elegance and taste like a gloating spoon. Try the picture fork. It's a fork for taking pictures. And conveys elegance and taste like a gloating spoon. Try the picture fork. It's a fork for taking pictures. I'll do the spoon. Ah yes, the gloating spoon, the most distinguished of utensils. What's a gloating spoon? Well, of course, you wouldn't know about it. Rude. No, I wasn't being rude. Rudeness is simply the way one must introduce a gloating spoon. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know. Well, of course you didn't. You're not as cultured as I am. Such smug superiority. I am no match for this spoon. Miranda produces the gloating spoon, with much fanfare. It looks like a regular spoon to you, but then what do you know, you peasant? You convince Miranda to spend some time with you after lunch, lovingly explaining the spoon's finer points, even though spoons don't have points.
Let's do this!
Okay, it's night. I've been there. Let's go to the gym.
What's up?
Welcome to my little shop. Buy some shit. I have shit that will boost your stats. Shit that will lead you into stupid new adventures. Even some shit that might be much needed at some very specific moments. So take a look. A motivational poster. Crafting your art requires years of hard work, education from great mentors, tons of raw talent. A blanket with 2 holes. No. A sexy fake Latin accent. A corpse. Yeah, I'm selling a corpse. It's like some kind of fashion accessory. A penguin mask. No. A Russian novel with insightful approach of universal matters such as love and death. Hype. Some impractical yet kind of funny glasses. The gift that keeps on giving. See, I'm wise enough to know when a gift needs giving. A fake badass tattoo. Whoa, I don't need that. Too poor for this. I don't need that. Ugh. I definitely don't need this. You know, for good old blood rituals or in case you're just a creep with an unhealthy obsession. Don't even dare ask me how I got this. This might be worse than this. Yeah. Wait. Okay. For some reason I thought that tampon was more expensive. You know what? I'm gonna dip, but you know, everything looks, my stuff isn't good enough for you, not cool. You know what? Maybe you aren't good enough for my stuff either.
Let's do this!
What was that girl's name? Because let's go to the bathroom. That day you skip class and just hang out in the bathrooms because you respect no authority. Damn right. I guess some people just want to watch the world burn by skipping class and hanging out in the bathrooms. Oh no. And you gave 0 shits. Oh, and you gained 2 boldness. Awesome. Afterwards, Miranda beckons to you from a darkened corner. Psst, co-conspirator. Over here. Phase 1 of Operation Make Liam Popular Again was an overwhelming success. Liam is internet popular. Now we just need to make him real life popular. And what better way than by making him prom king? Wait, unfortunately when I asked him to run for prom king, he said, and I quote, "Never, never, never, not 100 years, and that's not an exaggeration because I've been alive for hundreds of years and I've never run for prom king, so there you go." Which was clearly a cryptic way of saying he wants us to make him prom king. My first thought was to murder the current prom king after establishing Liam as his rightful heir, but I couldn't find any bloodline charts to work from. So I suppose we must engage in this democratic election the school is holding. Now, how can we secure a win for Liam when he's opposed to running or making any effort to win? I'll dress up as Liam and give the best campaign speech anyone has ever given. Pay 1 million people to vote for Liam. I gotta pay again. How about, would I be able to get my creativity up? Let me click this. That's a great idea. You look just like him. No, I don't. You squeeze into some skinny jeans, some suspenders, a lot of purple paint, and a sense of smug superiority, and gather a crowd in the auditorium. Ladies and gentle monsters, you say? For too long, our school has been ruled by prom kings who care about things. Caring about things makes you weak, because what if you care about the wrong things? I, Liam de Lioncourt, will never be wrong, because I don't care about anything. I don't care about my dumb clothes, or my stupid man bun, or any of you. To be honest, I don't even care if I win. If I don't, I'll just blow up the school with a hydrogen bomb I buried under the cafeteria. You walk off the stage to the thunderous, terrified applause. You don't know whether it was a speech or the threat of extinction. The Liam wins by a landslide. Drats and curses. Rumor says I will be elected prom king in spite of my sincerest wishes. How horrible to have the love of the entire school body showered upon me. The cold blackness in my soul, which has so long sheltered me from my true emotions. Gah, it's thawing. This is terrible, and I am in no way enjoying it. Still, I should probably pick out a tuxedo, so as not to appear ungracious. You're happy to help Liam pick out a tuxedo, and you even helped measure his body. You gained 2 fun and 1 creativity. That's cool. Oh no, half week done.
Let's do this.
Well, as usual, I'm gonna sit next to Liam, because you know. Wait, I want to sit here. I don't want to sit next to this guy. I want to sit next to Liam. Alright. You find Liam taking a picture of his food and Scott taking a picture of also Liam's food. Yes, Scott, snap away. My artistic plating is too magnificent to ignore.
What?
Artistic what? I'm playing Pokemon Go, the mobile version of the hit Pocket Humans video game. What do Pocket Mans have to do with my food pick? There's a level 43 Bernard Henson hanging out in the middle of your plate. Here, take a look. Scott, why does your phone show a tiny human doing pottery on top of my eggplant ravioli? You mean you don't know Bernard Henson? He used to be, chartered accountant, but now he's decided to pursue his dream of being a world-famous potter. That major life change has made him super rare. Pock humans almost never follow their dreams. Well, I don't care how rare he is, his presence is spoiling my pristine food pick. Spoiling it. But pock humans are way cooler than a boring old food pick. You take that back. Uh-oh. Tempers are running a little high. Looks like it's up to you to settle this dispute. Scott hands Liam. Scott's right, Liam. Why take a normal cliche food pick when you could take a food pick of Scott's capturing a Pokemon off the food pick? Scott, look over there. There's a Stewart Hogarth. Top of a pile of mashed potatoes. Yeah, get yourself out of here. Stewart Hogarth, the strongest accountant type Pokemon in the game. What does it even mean to be a strong accountant? Is he, really good at math? No, he's just super buff. The buffest accountant. I've gotta have him. Scott bounds across the cafeteria and practically dives into Gary Gremlin's mashed potatoes looking for a Pokemon to capture. Do you think he actually knows how to play Pokemon Go? Or do you think he just likes diving into people's food? The two of you debate the question while you help Liam line up the perfect food pick. Later, he lines up some very hot Pics of you. Whoa. Okay. Some pics of me, huh?
Let's do this.
Okay, it's night. Where have I not been? Been there. Let's go to the auditorium. That day, while rehearsing for the class play, it's as though the muses themselves have descended to give you figuratively. What? Whoa, oral sex. Your performance is intense and inspiring. It will be remembered for generations, which is pretty rad for high school play standards. You gain 2 creativity. Hell yeah. Scott scrolls by, happily munching on something. Liam gapes at him, appalled. What on earth are you eating, Scott? This delicious new flavor of Fangel's potato chips. Maximum ultimate double barbecue massacre. Really? Because it looks like a raw severed goat head inside a cardboard tube. Oh yeah, I guess it does. Could've sworn it was potato chips. Still tasty though. Tasty? Tasty? Does wanton environmental destruction sound tasty to you? I don't know. Is that a kind of jerky? No, Scott. Don't you realize that in order to harvest these goat heads, Fangels and Co. decapitated millions of innocent goats every year? But what do they do with the bodies of the goats? Nothing. It's a horrendously wasteful practice. Oh no. All those poor headless goat bodies running around and bumping into things. We have to stop them. Wait, really? I was just trying to make you feel guilty. I didn't actually have a plan of action, but if someone were to suggest one, gosh. A symbol of army of vengeful undead goat tortoises. Write an extremely mean blog post. How would I assemble an army of vengeful undead goat tortoises? Torsos. I mean, the vengeful undead goat torso sounds better than writing an extremely mean blog post. Let's do that. Ah yes, necromancy, the ultimate tool in the protesters' arsenal. Oh, can I ride a goat, can I, huh? Of course, you can ride a goat. In fact, given your size, you'll probably need to ride several. What's a several? Is it really a big goat? Is it a really big goat? No time to explain basic concepts, Scott. We got an invasion to orchestrate. As long as you're reanimating things, you reanimate some severed goats too. They eat anything, which totally helps you clean your room. Oh. 2 creativity and 1 smart. Okay, my creativity's going up. My fun's still kind of low. I thought that was kind of fun. Why didn't my fun go up?
Let's do this.
Alright, well, it's morning, so I'm going to go to class. That day, you're the first one in class. You sometimes come early because you enjoy talking to the teacher. What? He's a bit bitter, but in a cool way. He treats you like an adult, and the 2 of you discuss life and stuff. Very snarky way. Look at you. Excelling at cliche movie tropes. You gain 2 smarts and 1 valuable life insight. That will help you face the difficulties of being young. Later you see Liam rolling his eyes at his phone. You ask him what's up before he can roll them right out of his head. I'm having trouble with my status on social network. I expressed a positive opinion about bug manicures, which I obviously meant ironically. And now my so-called friends are responding with blatantly unironic pictures of themselves, which centipedes glued to their nails. I know being aloof and misunderstood is my brand, but I want to be misunderstood on my terms, not theirs. What kind of status could I post that would be idiot-proof? Flat out post that everyone currently reading this status is an idiot. flat out post that everyone currently reading this status is an idiot. Big blog for your life. Big blogging is a tricky proposition, but luckily I'm a master of blogging art. The trick is to reel people in with an intriguing premise, but make it absolutely clear they will never know what it is. Worst day ever. Number one. No. I was like, number one. No, I don't want to talk about it. So sick of this, but I don't kiss and tell, or fight and tell. I'll do something like, it's all your fault. You know who you are? And then a high-heeled shoe emoji. No one can possibly misinterpret that, because there's nothing to misinterpret. Boom! Big blogging is always the simplest and most direct solution. You gain 2 creativity and 1 bold.
Let's do this!
Oh, I don't know any of these other people, but I'm trying to holler at Liam. The table is quite crowded. Liam sits across from Miranda, who flanked by 2 well-dressed servants. One of the servants cuts a slice of Salisbury steak and feeds it to the other. Seriously, Miranda? You have servants to chew your food for you?
Disgusting!
What? Of course not. That would be barbaric. The servants happily swallow the Salisbury steak. I have servants to eat for me. They're called eating serfs. Don't you have one? Don't you have any? First of all, no. I don't eat food. Second of all, that totally defeats the purpose of eating. Aren't you worried about starving? Why would I be? My serfs get all the calories I need to stay fit and healthy. Ugh, I have no objective reason to care about this, but suddenly it's all I care about. Someone convinced Miranda to stop this madness. Maybe you should start this madness, Liam. Imagine all the food you could take pictures of without having to eat any of it. That doesn't sound bad. But Miranda, look at all the look at that contented smile on the servant's face. You think he's eating for you, but secretly he's eating for himself. I actually like the first one better. This one. You think you might have a point there. For too long, I have needlessly ordered off the cafeteria menu, leaving my food untouched even as I take the most artistic grabs. I justify the wastefulness by the intense artistic merits of my photographs, but I need compromise no more. Finally, I can have my cake and pay someone else to eat, too. Still, Miranda, this makes way less sense for someone who actually needs to eat to survive. Oh, you're just jealous of how cute my serfs are. Eat up, little guys. I'm not full yet. Seriously, how does Miranda keep from starving to death? Do they put an IV in her while she sleeps? Whatever, she's happy. Miranda.
Let's do this!
Oh, I can go to outdoors. Oh. That day, during recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. Look at my outfit. That is fire. You have no idea how it escalates so much, but at one point, there was like 300 people. Someone summons demons from the nightmare dimension. The consequences might distort the fabric of reality itself, but who cares? It's a rad party. You gain 2 fun. Oh, finally got my fun point. Oop. You're casually reading the latest issue of Monster magazine when you are rudely interrupted. See? Even Elle, a sensible monster with a good head on her shoulder. Liam! Stop. And some smarts is reading Monster magazine. Yeah, and that's bad because we're warriors, so we need to fight. Scott takes the magazine from you and punches it. Whoa, Scott, back up. Hooray, let's go solve another of the world's major problems. No, Scott, we're social justice warriors. You see, Elle Ever since our major success with the Flangled Goat Head debacle, we've taken it upon ourselves to stand up against injustice by punching magazines. No, Scott. As you no doubt noticed, Monster Magazine's sexiest monster alive this year is Count Victor, non-muscable, the werewolf prince bodybuilder. That makes him the 5th world werewolf bodybuilder in a row to earn the title. What about those of us with leaner physiques? What of our representation? So now we're endeavoring to get Monsters Magazine to name someone from a more marginalized community as their sexiest creature alive. We just need to figure out a way to convince them, since I guess Punch the Magazine wasn't good enough. Psst, that's easy. All you need to do is solve everyone's body image issues forever. Is make our own version of the magazine featuring a 3-winged chupacabra on the cover. Lean heavenly into the warrior-packed storm Monster Magazine and hold the editor-in-chief captive until he promises to stop exclusively promoting one of the... Yes, doing that. What? I thought that was a good idea. Oh yes, good plan. I love being a warrior. I'll admit it does sound like an attention-grabbing demonstration, if nothing else. Hot diggity dog. With that, you're off to storm the Monster Magazine headquarters. Using the element of surprise. Your second favorite element, right? After nitrogen. Your plan is to overpower Monster Magazine security and march straight into the editor-in-chief's office. But unfortunately, you're just a bunch of high schoolers. And even a talented high school athlete like Scott is still a high schooler, and therefore no match for highly trained security detail professional bodyguards. You get your asses totally handed to you. I don't feel like a warrior. And this is not justice. It sure isn't. Ah, good job, Al. You destroyed society, justice, and warrior and lost 2 fun. And might as well charm. I just got my charm up, or my fun up. I thought that was a good plan.
Let's do this.
But I guess we are high school students. Let's go to class. That day, your teacher delivers an amazing and creative performance that blows all your minds. It ends up being sensitive on YouTube. Your teacher gains 10 coolness, but who cares? He's not trying to romance your classmates. Or is he? We hope not. We definitely hope not. You also gain 2 smarts. Well, I guess I'm smart as hell, but... You see him lean, staring at his phone, sighing deeply. Maybe one of his favorite bands signed into the mainstream record label. Or the exact shirt he's wearing is featured on a magazine cover. You decide to check in on him.
Greetings, my friend.
Greetings. You know, Start Kicker, that vile website where people crowdfund projects are not good enough to get real investors? Oh, thanks, Liam. Do you know why you exist? Well, today I found something of some interest. A time machine. I mean, it's clearly another terrible overpromise that will be released at least a decade after the due date. And in the end, it will be way shittier than promised. Like a toaster attached to a clock. A toaster attached to a clock. Genius! You discreetly write down the idea in your 1 million bucks notebooks. Let's see if you can beat those guys to market. But I was sighing deeply because I couldn't help but think. Supposing I were to acquire such a machine, I wonder, where in time would I go? $3.85 billion BC. So you can be existing before it was cool. Everyone knows the dopest time in monster history is 1925, specifically July 26, 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. Ah, yes. I remember 1925, July 26, 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. It was the dusk after old Everest Hemingway party. Me and the boys were celebrating at good old... Why are you in high school? Is this like an Edward Cullen thing where he just keeps repeating high school over and over? Pamplona drinking sangria like it was water. They even prepared a special batch for me without those pesky little pieces of fruit. I almost never drink sangria because of those little pieces of fruit are the eighth thing I hate the most in my beverages. Right before floor cleaner and tinted milk. That has controversial opinion in opera. When dawn was imminent, Everest came to me and said, "Oh, Liam, the world is ours. We can feast on it forever." I told him, "You're right, Everest." Or Ernest. I kept calling him Everest. But remember, I'm a vampire, you know. The sun also rises. And the rest is history. You're right, my friend. July 26, 1925's 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. was the best of times. Thanks for making me remember such fond memories. Maybe some night soon we can share some little pieces of fruit-free sangria and create new fond memories to time travel back to once in a while. Whoa, you already booked tickets to those soon-to-be fond memories with Liam. And save the date in your phone. 2 charm and 1 smart. My fun's still way low.
Let's do this!
Well, I'm gonna sit next to Liam. Wait, there we go. When you arrive at their table, you find that Polly and Liam aren't eating. They're just taking pictures of their food. Because they don't eat.
Hey, boo!
Hey, girl. Welcome to the Do Need to Eat, so we just take dope food pictures on, baby. We believe that food, like heavy construction machinery, should be seen and not tasted. Yeah, I mean, have you ever tasted heavy construction machinery? Have you? I don't know, maybe. My weekends are usually kind of like blur, like last Saturday. There will be plenty of time to chronological your sexploits later, Polly. Right now we need to focus on these food pics. While Liam and Polly were busy bantering, you were busily arranging a dope food pic of your own. And now to complete your masterpiece. A food pic, but instead of food, it's just a bottle of whiskey with ketchup on it. Where'd I get the whiskey from? A food pic of Liam taking a food pic. So metal. So meta? I thought it said so metal. I thought that was a L. You level your phone at Liam just as he's about to snap a food pic, but his vampire reflexes are just too quick for you. Huh. Trying to out-meta the meta master, are you? We'll see about that. Liam levels his phone as Polly just as she's about to take a food pic. Now you're taking a food pic of a food pic of a food pic. Whoa! Are you pointing your phones at each other now? I want to play too. Suddenly Polly's got her phone pointing at you. It's a food pic of 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 a food of a... We've done it! We've created the meta triangle, the most meta shape in existence. This is our finest hour. The world around you dissolves into green columns of numbers and letters. You've done it. You can see the code. You are the one. I am the one. I am Eula. I am nobody's bitch. I will be the one. The programming of the video game you are in and rewards by raising your relationship points with the character known as Liam.
Let's do this!
Well, I want to do that outdoor thing again. That was fun. That day during the recess, you start a half-hour rave that goes full crazy. At one point, Juan, the small magical Latino cat banana peel. You start laughing at him. He asks you to stop, but you don't. You laugh so hard at him that you somehow steal 2 funds from him. Well, good. I'm glad I went there. Looking around, you see Damien. I'm gonna call him Damian. And Liam arguing about whether black metal is better than death metal. Suddenly, Damian stops arguing and sniffs the air. Shut up! Do you smell that? Yeah, it smells like Christian Dior and plot armor. Oh, fuck.
Prepare to die!
It's me, dickheads, and I brought enough crucifixes and holy water for the whole class. Oh, lucky me. I've been meaning to finish my take-home final for AP murder. Go ahead, just try to kill me. I'm the protagonist, bitch. She's right, unfortunately, this is well-thrown territory. We are, and they say pretty fucked. Screw that, you got a way to save Damien and Liam without killing anybody. All you have to do is bring everyone to tears with a mind-shattering guitar solo. Throw a brick at her head. Throw a brick at her head. Do I know how to play the guitar? I wish I knew how to play the guitar. Throw a brick at her head. I'm gonna do that. I'm sorry, girl, but throw in the brick. Oh, okay. You pull out your emergency brick out of your backpack and chuck it at the Slayer's head. Ow! My consciousness! You expect Damien and Liam to thank you, but they don't seem pleased. What a patriotic display of disingenuous charity. You think you're the only one who knows how to throw bricks? I could have thrown 2 bricks, one with each hand. You're colonizing the surface and fashionizing us, rather than empowering us. See what you did? You upset Liam so much, he's not even saying real words anymore. Ugh, I was so ready to beat someone up. I guess it's gonna have to be you now. Serves you right for throwing... Oh. Serves you right for trying to help. You lose 2 charm and 1 fun. I don't know how to play the guitar.
Let's do this!
All of a sudden I can pull out a guitar solo? What?
Show me that money.
I don't got no money to show you, okay? Just because you rearrange this little thing don't mean I want to buy anything. Still. Oh, this is $0. What is this?
Thank you.
Well, this didn't cost me anything. Let's see what's inside. What? The shitter. Believe it or not, this is a very religious thing. Wow. Thanks. I got a statue of a guy taking a poo. That's great.
Let's do this!
Well, I'm gonna go sit by Liam. Oh, who's this boss bee? You take your seat beside arguably the 2 coolest monsters in all Spooky High. Here's hoping you can keep up with them. Vera, are you eating manticore steaks again? Yes, and it's delicious. Don't you know the amount of cruelty involved in the mainstream meat production industry? Yes, and it's delicious. Besides, Liam, you're a vampire. Don't you only consume things that are dead? Well, yes, I suppose, but it's always ethically sourced, organic, free range, and human. The human population is out of control, and eating them is the most environmentally responsible thing to do. Listen, Liam, I happen to have a personal feud with every single animal I eat. I make sure to meet all of them first and ensure that I'm devouring only the ones I hate the most. It makes it extra tasty. Well, then, surely you can inflict such pain without going through the cruel meat industry and supporting factory farming. Isn't home cruelty better anyway? You may actually have a point there, but if I get my hand in the pot, I can inflict even more effective and specific pain. And I bet there's a way to make money off of this too. Hang on, somehow I ended up arguing against my own interests here. Liam, do you want to find innovative and creative ways to move society forward? Or do you want to oppose cruelty like every other weak mainstream loser? You can actually hear Liam's brain shaking as he struggles between his desire to be perceived as unethical and his desire to be perceived as creative. Maybe you can step in and help. The animals you kill may lose their lives, but what about their afterlives? Instead of letting their spirits go to waste as a byproduct of meat industry, let's serve their internal souls as a side dish. Liam, animals are already suffering from ignorance. If Vera wanted to increase their pain, the best we can do is teach them the concept of death so they'll really fear their fate. Let's educate cattle. I'll go with this first answer. Perfect. I knew there was a way to monetize. And it keeps the animals from ever gaining an eternal resting place. What the hell is with Vera and animals? I don't know. But now their cruelty is extending even beyond their deaths. Hell yeah, it is. Thank you for getting the ball rolling on this excellent scheme, Liam. And thank you, Elle, for nailing down the specifics. Neither of you are getting royalties, though. That being said, I will get you a double scoop of Rocky Road sole with sprinkles on top. Yum, maybe. You don't know. You've never eaten a sole before. But it sure is delicious getting Vera's approval.
Let's do this!
Easy step to enlarge your tentacles. Girls love a really long tentacle, or 8. Click the link to find out. That day you spend some time on the library's PC, sending malicious spam emails in the loop to stealing others' money. It doesn't sound very nice, but who's really the one to blame if they respond to such blatant scam? You lose minus karma, but I gain. You lose minus 10 karma, which isn't a stat in this game, so who cares? But you gain 2 money. You look over your shoulder and realize Liam has been staring at you for probably the last 45 minutes. He's so silent. Hey, I was just wondering if you would like to perhaps sit next to me in a large darkened room while silently passing judgment on popular film, and afterwards we could adjourn possibly to an eating establishment where I can watch and take artistic photos as you consume calories. Well, of course you would. You absolutely love to. Who the hell are you? Oh boy, are you two going on a date? What? No, what are you even doing here? Eavesdropping. But what do you mean it isn't a date? Aren't you asking Elle out to dinner and a movie? I am not asking out anyone, and it is not a date. Dating is a cheesy, cliched artifact of heteronormative monoagriculture culture. Well, if it's not a date, what is it? Damn, coach! You can't convince Liam this isn't a date. He may not go out with you at all. You think fast and tell them. It's not a date. It's a date. Wink. It's performance art. Liam forgot to tell you we'll be viewing duck costumes the whole time. Sure. Duck costumes? Duck costumes? Well, that changes things. It does? Sure, it does. I thought you two were planning a romantic evening where you were trying to show your school spirit. But the school's mascot isn't a duck. Well, of course not. But you know what they say, it's not the mascot that matters, it's the dressing up in the hot foam rubber costume. Your aphorism truly are the best. Thank you. But I suppose dressing up as 2 giant ducks would subvert expectations to a delightful degree. It's settled. Later that night, you and Liam are kicked out of a movie theater for being giant ducks. Liam writes Skitterblog post about it. It's the best not date ever had. You gain 2 fun in one swirl. The Monster Prom. Who will you ask to the prom? Liam.
Welcome to Liam de Liancourt.
Ask Liam to the prom. Yes.
Let's do this!
You finally plucked up your courage to ask your beloved to go to the Monster Prom with you. You and me?
So mainstream.
That'd be so predictable. Don't be a fool. Also, right now I only date blue inanimate objects. Don't harass me with your narrow-minded and please respect my sexual preferences.
Are you serious?
The shame of your constant failures was so great that you secluded yourself in your room for years and officially started dating your own pillow. Most likely to survive for a year drinking only her own piss. Her own pee. Liam's quote. I'm over 400 and I still means that I have stupid people. Stupid people. Those 6 weeks were maybe the most epic and absurd weeks of our lives. After the Monster Prom, we kept on living our lives, falling in love, battling for friendship, and learning about who we were and who we could be. And you know what? Like it always does, life happened. And it was wonderful. Liam honed his most admirable skills and got a job with it. He now designs microfilters. Scott turned out to be a genius and became the most renowned mathematician in the country. Scott? JK. He became an athlete, duh. He's still a bit of a stimpleton, but as lovable and good-hearted as ever. Damien found peace in the most unexpected way. He kept punching everything till one day he punched his own anger to death. He's written a book about it. For those 6 weeks, the Monster Prom seemed larger than life, and then it was gone, just like that. The battle for Monster Prom might have ended then. But there were plenty of battles left in that war called youth. But once again, we were young and unafraid, and we were ready to start. Oh, I can't believe Liam just said that he wants to. He said no. I thought we had a thing going. Like a thing. Turned out to be nothing. Because I'm not an inanimate blue object. I don't even remember. Oh, see? Had I known I could play the guitar, I just thought I'd dress like that, you know? Now I know. Well, that was a bust. 6 weeks for nothing. It's all good, though. It's all good, Liam. It's all good. It's all good. That was fun. That was fun. I'll have to try someone else next time. See who next. Maybe I'll try Vera next. I'll try Vera next. She seemed to have some interesting stuff to say about, you know, starting a business and making money. So maybe we'll go after Vera next. We'll see.